Yeah, I have to unmute it. Hold on. I gotta unmute it. Okay, it's unmuted for you call people. Hey y'all, how you doing? Welcome to the Friday night conference call. I'm a little bit off tonight, so feeling the love here. It's a little bit chilly. My hands are cold. I got a little bit of sniffle going on, but psst, we ain't worried about that. So we're building the audience here on live stream. You know what I always say. Be prepared for both. If you're doing the live stream, better have your phone handy. And if you missed that music, y'all was crazy. I was listening to the full hour, just rocking and love and dancing in my seat and enjoying it. And you know, after months and months and months of hate and people being nasty and spewing just all kinds of rhetoric and just people were not supposed to be. It was just really good to have an hour of just uplifting music that just made you want to go out and love everybody. Dance in the street with them, except it's too cold tonight. So, welcome. If you're on the call, I would recommend that hold your pants. If we happen to lose you, because we're known to lose the signal here and there, live stream, same thing. We'll be right back if we do lose it, okay? But I always say have both handy just in case, because rarely do we lose you both at the same time, okay? So I'm seeing a lot of people here on the live stream, which is great. We've got Liz and Sarah, and my gosh, we got, what, 76 people on it already for live stream. That is great. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Jackie. Hello, Beth. We could be here all night just hollering out the names with Lynn and Jane and, oh my gosh, and all you people. Eileen is here, so y'all keep coming on in. That's all good. We are here, and we are going to, we're down to the last two calls of the year. Lee and I just, we take the month of December to really downtime for us. We're ending the sales here. We're already going into 25. Some of you have already placed your orders, and we got 26. A few of us will put in ones early. And then we're kind of down for a little bit, trying to enjoy the holiday and regroup. And the Formidable Four, that's what they do. I think some of them have one call left. Some of them are planning on doing two. I'm not sure. But this girl right here, it's this one. And then there's December the 3rd, which we will do with JP. So you don't want to miss that for sure, because that final call of the year is going to be fun, sharing memories. It's going to be the craziest things you've ever done in your business. It's going to be things you wished you hadn't done, things you were glad that you done, the hardest times, the easiest times. JP and I are going to talk about when we first met, how we were idolizing each other from the distance. It's going to be awesome. And I am the lucky girl who gets to have him at my house for Thanksgiving in just a few days, so I'm excited about that. So tonight, I really wasn't sure, as usual, at the beginning of the week, what I was going to do this call on. Teresa and I talk about this all the time, how sometimes we feel like on these calls, we are completely repeating ourselves, which isn't bad, because we have new people on all the time. There's always people who come on for the first time and they're listening, and that's great. And then it's okay, because sometimes we need to hear those things repeated, and sometimes I can say something and it doesn't penetrate. But Teresa can say something, or Scola can say something, or Lisa freaking Wilbur can say something, and you'll be like, aha, yeah, I get that. And I'm like, didn't I just say that last week? But that's okay, because the deal is that you're getting it. And sometimes it's not how you hear it. It's just that you need to hear it more than once. Sometimes you have to regroup and you go, oh my gosh, what haven't I been doing? What should have I been doing? Oh, I meant to do that. And then this is what we're left with. Here we are. 26 campaigns a year. We're in campaign 25, so we got 1.5 left to make this happen. And this is what I hear. Everybody is struggling because they can't wait for the double dollars to come in 26, because obviously something was not done in 1 through 25 that should have been done that should have been done. And now you're fast and furious. Oh my gosh, I got to make President's Club. I don't want to lose my 40%. I don't want my 25% to go 20. Or I hear, you know what? I'm not going to make President's Club, and I just don't know if I can do this anymore because, you know, to go back to 20% and then to have to struggle. Dude, if you're struggling and you were President's Club, which means only $10,000 a year worth of sales, where were you? Where were you for the first 25 campaigns? We all have issues. We all have problems. We all have kids who get sick. We all have deaths in the family. We all have things that happen to us that shake us to the core. But this is what I know. If something shook you to the core, if something happened, what happens is this. I bet your main job, you went to it. Because, well, Molly, that pays the bills, Molly. You'll understand. I got to go, Molly. Doesn't matter what I'm upset about. Or maybe you are still in the funk, but hubby, he had to go because you're kicking his tail out the door because he's paying the bills. But I thought the whole venture in this was that so you could build a business. And if you think that building a business, especially as far as I know, you still have a pulse, everybody check, you still got a pulse, that means things are destined to happen. Good, bad, indifferent. And when that happens, what happens is you just go into flutter mode. You're just like dog paddling in the water, you know. You're not really going anywhere. You're just kind of like, okay, let's stay afloat. Let's backstroke a little bit. And some of you do. You backstroke and you start going backwards. And then once you start coming out of it, you're like, what happened? And you want to blame everything except the man or the woman in the mirror. Molly, you don't understand. I had surgery and I was down on my back for so long. Molly, you don't understand. My kid fell, he broke his arm, but I bet that after he got used to that cast, I bet you sent his tail back to school. What happened? What happened to you? Molly, you don't understand. I lost my job. Well, if you lost your job, why weren't you working harder at the business you said you wanted? Molly, Molly, me and my husband have been going through this rough time. And you know, Molly, I even thought we were going to get divorced or something. I mean, we're on shaky ground. And, well, you know what? When you need your mind to be somewhere else, your business can be the one thing that you can control no matter what. That can take your mind off the bad stuff because your customers love Avon. You want to get out and meet some different people? That's the way to do it. But instead, this is what happens. You're like, you don't even know if you're in the race again. See, you got the turtle who is slow and steady. And no matter what comes up, no matter how much that rabbit tried to, you know, get under his skin and torture him and ridicule him and tell him how he was going to lose, he just kept going. He just kept going at it no matter what. But then you got people who can't decide if they want to be at the race. They show up at the starting line and they're ready, dude. They got the new shoes on. They got the socks that aren't going to sweat. They ready. They sucking in the stomach. They're going to take off, right? Campaign 1. Woo! Campaign 2. Woo! Campaign 3. Okay, but I'm still going. Okay, hold on. Let me just sit down and relax for campaign 4 and 5. Let me just hold on. Let me catch my breath. Okay, here's 7.
Hang on, champ. You got to get you some water. Get you some water before you move.
That's right. That's exactly what happens. And you're just, and before you know it, oh my God, got a leg cramp. Hold on. Okay, wait. I know everybody else is on 14, but I'm still trying to back order from 11. Oh, that's right. You can't back order from 11. Oh, but they're the last books I got. Dude. Sound familiar? But Molly, I'm in it now. I am in it to win it, Molly. I am got it going on right here. I think that's great. But imagine what could have happened if you had done that for campaign 1 through campaign 26. I bet you would have made President's Club at least by campaign 16, 17. And I bet you'd be working towards Honor Society, maybe even Rose Circle, if you had done even half more what you did. See, you can be whatever you can be whatever you want to in this business. Isn't that the beauty of it? If you want to set it down for 3 or 4 campaigns at a time, if you want to say, "Oh, I'm just too sick. I can get on Facebook and I can like and comment and laugh and post pictures all day long, but I couldn't possibly work my social media because it just gets to my brain when I do that." No, you don't want to. You don't want to. I mean, come on. You got to be honest here. You got to remember, I love you, but we gonna talk about what's real. Cause see, I watch 14,500 of you, and I don't just watch the group. I watch your Facebooks out in public. I watch what you're doing, what you're not doing. And hey, it's not for me to judge, but it's also not for you to come into my Onward group and go, this just isn't going right for me. I think I'm going to quit if I don't sell X amount this campaign. Really? I mean, do you know how many people attempt to get into Onward who don't even have the mention of their business on their page? They got nothing. I don't mean in the about section where they obviously could put independent sales rep, Avon. They don't got an ad. I can remember when reps used to complain because Avon didn't have a social media section that worked right for the longest time. And I can remember when we didn't have one. Now they give us this awesome social media, not just where you can go through the site, but it's an app. And it just amazes me how many of you are not using it. How in the world can you tell me, well, Molly, what I really want to do is I am trying to not so much the social media because I'm not so sure people are watching me on Facebook. But Molly, I'm trying to do the face-to-face. I'm just, people that I run into. Do you have your books with you? Do you have your sample packets with you? Do you smile? Do you have something on that says Avon? Do you have an Avon sticker on your vehicle? Are you ready to work your business? Because, some days I don't feel like selling Avon. But let me be clear. I don't have a choice. You know why? Because I go out and wear these earrings by Avon, and people see them and say, "Oh my gosh, I love those earrings. Where are they?" And I got to be ready with the brochure. I drive up in my car and I have Avon all over my car. I have to be ready whether I want to be or not. Most of the time I have an Avon shirt on, an Avon jacket on. Back in the days of longer hair, I had an Avon hat on. Everything I got going on with me is Avon. So even when I don't feel like doing Avon, Avon is upon us in my world. The amazing thing about that is this. Somebody can ask, and just like that, I am ready to do Avon. Because see, I don't have to worry about, who am I going to talk to? Because most of the time, they come into me. Because when you're faithful and they see you coming, they go, "Oh, yeah, there's that Avon lady." In my case, 12 years of this is what they say. "Oh, there's the Avon lady." See, there's a difference between there's an Avon lady or she's an Avon lady, and people go, no, she is the Avon lady. I love that. I love that. There could be 1,000 other representatives, and there probably are in my 3-county area. But I am the one who promotes so heavily, without really saying a word most of the time, that when they see my van, when they see me walk in the grocery store, when they see me show up at an event, she's the Avon lady. Oh, I wasn't the Avon lady in the beginning, but boy, I never really thought I would be okay with that, because it wasn't supposed to be a lifetime thing. It was supposed to be for a few months to pay for graduation and pay for the party and all that good. That's what it was supposed to be for. And now it's the Avon lady. Think about where you're at right now. And some of you are kicking ass. It's not even about where you are. You are so far above where you thought you'd be or what you thought you could do with this. Your slow and steady has been so amazing that somebody's going to think you ran the race, and yet you didn't. Because see, I've been watching you. You just do what you need to do every day. I watch you fit it into your life every day. I watch you say that you shared Avon brochures, that you shared recruiting flyers, that you shared wanting to have an open house this time of the year, that you shared at an event, that you went to a craft show and you set up a table, that you participated in an Annie the Owl fundraiser. You slow and steadied the whole time. Now, sometimes it felt like you was in between. You was like, okay, I'm going slow and steady. I'm not stopping. It's good. But sometimes you got momentum and you were doing this, right? Things are really going good. And you're like, yeah, nobody's sick. Nobody's dying. And my kids are good. Life is good. But then something happens, right? Something happens. And here comes 4 more campaigns. And then you have a choice. You can slow it down. And you can be slow and steady. Or you can do this. Stop. For those on the phone, stop. And when you stop, you are dead in the water. Nothing is happening. I can't think of any time, and I mean any time, in 12 and a half years, any time that I completely stopped my business for anything. Not when my son was in the hospital from the high-powered tool hitting him in the eye through the surgeries. Not through my divorce once I started. Not when I was preparing to marry Lee. Not when I was having troubles and issues with my sons, which, by the way, is still happening in my life. Not when my brother got cancer. Not when my brother had to have open heart surgery. Not when people in my family had issues and I had to be there for them. Not when I got sick. Not when we found out about Lee's eye disease and he was going to lose his vision and there was no cure for this. And then in the meantime, he lost his job too because they closed it down and he didn't have that. Not at any time, not through my upline's husband, who was our best friend, dying of cancer. I mean, I could go on and on and on, people. Surgeries when I first started this business. I can't think of one time through any hardship I had that I said, sorry, think I need to give up Avon. Think I need to put it on the back burner. Think I need to just put this bad boy away. No. There were times I had to slow down. There were times that as much in my head because of the passion I had for this business and where I knew I wanted to go with this business and the fact that I didn't want to work for anybody else anymore, and I wanted to be my own boss, and I wanted to go faster, and I wanted to be fast and furious sometimes, and I couldn't. But what I knew I couldn't do is I couldn't stop. I had to be slow and steady no matter what. I had to stay engaged in some way with my customers. I had to stay engaged with the team members who wanted to stay engaged with me. I had to, rather going to a doctor's office or my sister-in-law taking me to a doctor's office after surgeries, I had to have brochures with me. I had to be ready. Didn't matter. I had to get it down. Because I knew what I wanted, and I wonder, is that the problem? In the beginning, I knew I didn't want to be broke anymore. In the beginning, I was tired of people telling me I couldn't make it without them, without their help. My ex-husband, that I would never make it without him, that I would be back and I would be crawling. I remember thinking, I want to feel better about myself. I want to know that my life is about more than just punching the 9 to 5 and working my tail off delivering papers and feeling like I am not making an impact in this life, because I don't believe that God put me here not to make an impact. And I definitely don't think that he put you here for you not to make an impact. You are not here just to exist. And when you just exist, you are laughing at God. You are laughing in his face because we were made in his image. And last I heard, he was pretty perfect. Your fear is stopping you. You're letting other people's words stop you. You're letting what other people think about you stop you. You're thinking that it should be easier. You're letting that stop you. You're letting a bad campaign stop you. You're letting the fact that, this isn't as easy as you thought it would be stop you. Independence, in any form of the word, is not easy. Independence in the USA was not easy. Oh, we've all been born into it, right? We've been born into this country and this freedom, this liberty, this thing that we have, and we just take it for granted that we can make our choices, that we can be who we want to be in this country. But the last I heard, we have had men and women for many, 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 many years sacrifice their lives. What their lives are today. We just celebrated Veterans Day. That all came with a price. And last I saw, we were the ones who were benefiting from the price that somebody else paid. See, independence, financial independence, does not come without sacrifices. It does not come without losses. It does not come without you engaging harder than you ever had before. It does not come with you deciding that yesterday you wanted financial independence, but today, not so much. I don't feel like doing the work. Every day you decide not to do the work. Every day you decide you don't want to go down the path. Every day you just don't feel like it. Cost you a day of your financial independence. Think about that. The true sign of a business owner and somebody who really wants to go anywhere in this life and anywhere in business is somebody who does what they're supposed to do, especially when they don't feel like doing it. Especially then. See, it's easy when you're like, yeah, I'm ready. I'm going to go work my Avon today. I got up. I got 18 hours sleep. I'm happy. My books are ready. It's good. Life is good. Let's go work Avon. But it's those days when you only got 3 hours sleep because your kid puked all over you in bed last night. Your husband and you were up arguing. You got that late notice for that bill. You found out your hours were going to be cut from 40 to 25. During those times, you say, well, my God, if that's happening, I might as well not work my business. Come on. Really? When times get tough, you must get tougher. This is when you figure out not what you are all about, what you're going to be all about. Because see, if you're just used to doing nothing, you say, well, that's just who I am. You know, times get hard. I'm sorry, Molly. I just fall down in the floor and a little puddle, and I just like cry, and life is hard. And even though I made those decisions and it's my fault, life is hard. I'm just gonna quit. Aren't you tired of doing that? Aren't you just sick and freaking tired of being that person? One time, when you feel yourself getting ready to fall into that little puddle, why don't you stand up? Even though you're shaking, even though you're like, I'm just not sure if I can do this. And why don't you say, today, I'm going to keep going after my financial independence, the life that I want, the business I love. Today, no matter what has happened, I am going to keep going onward no matter what. If you do it one day, you can do it the second day. And if you can get through the second day, you're going to get to it the third day. And if you can do it for a week, the next time that situation hits you, you're going to look at the floor and you're going to go, nope. Onward, no matter what. I may only be at the speed of slow and steady, but I have not stopped. Next month, I might be fast and furious. 3 campaigns. That's great. But then when life happens, you must always, always, always keep going at a pace that you still are going after what it is that you want. Look, what you want could be different than what I want. I wanted financial independence. I was not stupid enough to think it would come overnight. Let me be clear, though. I knew it was going to take some years. But I didn't realize that in any business, and you know, I've watched my family, my brothers own businesses. I never paid a lot of attention to the hardships that they went through or they talked about. Because see, it all comes down to you in the end. Eventually, you could be big enough to have some employees. Lisa Wilbur's got people who work for her. But she Lisa freaking Wilbur, you know what I'm saying? I'm not that person yet. Hope to be. Working towards it. But in the meantime, if I stop, so does my business. Oh, I bought in help per se. Look, my sister-in-law helps me with my brochures, getting them ready, stuffing them. You know, God bless her. She just stuffed all the brochures for my fundraiser so that when it comes in here on Monday and I'm packing it, those books will be ready with recruiting flyers. But the point is, I'm doing 90% of the work. Why? It's my business. Why shouldn't I? That is called building until you can get where you want to go. Now, if somebody had said, Molly, it's going to take you 7 years before you hit this number. Molly, it's going to take you 7 years before you're going to hit that number. It's going to take you 12 years, Molly, before you hit the biggest paycheck you've ever had in Avon. Well, going from $1,000, $1,011 for a month in pay for a regular job, $1,011 for 4 weeks of working 40 or more hours a week on salary, to a 2-week pay period with Avon and making $3,100. I got to tell you something. 12 years has been worth it. To go to $6,200 a month from $1,011 a month. You got to understand, if they had told me, I wouldn't have believed it. I had never been anywhere close to that. Why would I believe it? Look, you guys look at me, you guys watch me on Facebook and you watch my YouTube videos and, you know, oh, Molly, thank you for this, thank you for that, this really touched. And look, and I'm glad because that's why I do it. Besides talking to myself all the time, you know, if it can help other people, that's why I do what I do. That's why you guys are in Onward. That's why we have a Friday night call every other week that's opened up to every representative globally if they want to. But the truth of the matter is, I started in the same place as you. The same place as you. Excuse me, I think I was broker than you. I lost my home before I got to Avon. I had no money in the bank before I got to Avon. The bill collectors, they might as well have lived with me. I owed everybody everything. You don't understand. Look, so I think that I may have been in worse shape than you. But one thing's for sure. I still started in the same place with you, knowing that I wanted something more than what I had at that moment. And the moment I started making strides and making more, even a little bit more, I can remember my first $100 leadership check. I was like, woohoo! That was awesome. Because I had seen 50s and I had seen 70s and I had seen 90s. And you're going to pay me $100 because I show somebody else how to do the business? Dude, I take that all the time. Now you're going to pay me $3,000 every 2 weeks for showing people how to do the business? Yeah, I wait 12 years for that. It's all good. What's the difference? What is the difference here? Because, by the way, we didn't have Alma leaders. We didn't have that then. I still had jobs. First 6.5 years of my life, I still worked a full-time job and a part-time job for a lot of those years. But I still worked my business. Because, see, my upline told me, you just got to keep moving, Molly. Keep moving. Never set it on the back burner, Molly. Always be working that business, Molly. One way or another. And Molly, when you can move faster, I want you to do it. I want you to do it. And when you get that downhill motion and you can take off and something's on the good end, girl, I want you to do it. I want you to take off. But Molly, you're going to start going uphill again. And I know you're going to want to quit. I know your legs are going to hurt. I know your knees are going to want to buckle. You're going to be sweating. You're going to say, I don't feel like I'm making any progress. And Molly, you just want to keep going because you're going to get over that hump and you're going to gain momentum again. And I did. I did. Too many of you are sitting down a third of the way up that hill. Too many of you are saying, let me just take a breather for a minute. And then these people are passing you. And you want to throw that jealous catty stuff out because you don't understand why this person in your district is suddenly sailing over you. You want to give people like my friend Emily Segrin a hard time for her online business. Because what? Because she's not going to babysit you in your business? Because she won't tell you everything to do? You want to get mad at my friend Teresa Paul, who is a fundraiser guru, because what? She's not going to give you everything that you need personally. Nobody gave her anything. Do you know how much these people share with you? Nobody. They don't have to share with you. But you got to do the work. They give you the stuff. You want to know how to sell like she does? One, listen to what she says. It did not come overnight. It did not come in 2 years. It did not come in 3 years. It came because she was slow and steady and persistent all the time. And that is why Emily Segrin is so great. That is why Teresa Paul became a queen of fundraising and would go on trips long before she was a senior executive with this company, because she got out there and she sold her ass off and she never quit. That's why. Why did Molly jump from President's Club the first year to Rose Circle after that? Because one, the most important reason, it jumped from 40 to 45%. That was enough reason for me right there, because I could make more money. Why? Because I didn't stop. I didn't stop. You are so busy trying to nitpick and bring down the people who are getting it done that you're not running your business. You're going to stop to nitpick them. You're going to stop because you're looking at the way they climbing up the hill. I hear, Molly, I need to know. I mean, I see that we got people, they selling on eBay. They doing this. Molly, Amazon. Molly, that's not good. I thought that was against policy. It is against policy. Molly, what are you going to do about it? I'm not going to do a damn thing about it. I'm working my business. That's what I'm doing. You want to stop and take your time and go report every little thing you see to Avon, you go right ahead. You go right ahead. But while you're busy trying to figure out who's doing everything wrong in this company, I'm going to be busy working my tail off, because I would really like to see my 3,000 every 2 weeks go to 6,000 every 2 weeks, like my upline, who 6 years ago, her check was 3,000 and mine was 800. Are you kidding me? Quit worrying about what's not affecting you. And by the way, I don't agree with these people on eBay. I hate it. I hate they're doing it. It's not your job to catch them. It's Avon's job to catch them. Let corporate take care of that kind of crap. But the point is this. If you're so worried about them selling the skin cream below the price that they are going to take your business away, I got news for you. The customers who aren't dealing with you, you got two things to worry about. One, if you want a customer who all they're worried about is the almighty dollar, that they will do anything they can to cut anything, doesn't matter, don't want to deal with you. You don't need customers like that anyways. You don't need customers who will leave you no matter how great your service are. That's not a real customer. That's not a loyal customer. We got some customers out there who, they don't care. If I would give them something at $5 less, you know what they would do? They'd come to me and they'd say, forget you. You could have been selling to them for 2 years. You've got people out there that a lot of them aren't even reps and they're getting their hands on products. Stop sitting down to watch these people work your business and get up that freaking hill so that you can go fast and furious when the other part comes. Come on. You have got to keep your minds on the right thing. Molly is going to have an open house and it didn't work. I mean, I don't know if maybe I just didn't advertise it enough, or maybe that rep who doesn't like me in my district, maybe she put a bad word out on me. And if she did, well, Molly, that's probably why. No, it's probably not. It's probably because you are so worried. You say, I don't like drama, Molly. Molly, I don't like drama. But yet somehow or other, you always seem to get yourself sucked in to the drama of the district, to the drama on Facebook. You are the biggest drama queens for not trying to be in drama that I've ever seen. And then you try to bring that drama to my group. Hell no. Hell to the no. You're not doing that. I will toss you out. Just O-U-T. Out. Out. So, you want to know why? Because you can't stop to watch everybody else. Don't let your peripheral vision take you away from your goal that's in front of you. Stop it. You have got to keep going, guys. You have got to. You've got to want it so badly that you don't let anything get in your way. Now, when I say that, I'm not saying you toss your kids aside, you toss your husband aside. We've had a call on this. That you always make time for the things in your life that are important. That the reason you're doing what you're doing is so those times and those people can be even more important to you and you can do even more with them. But you just you got to stop with this stuff of just stopping. You know, you just, I don't know, you lose steam like the little engine that could. I mean, I don't know, you like the other engines. I don't know what it is, but you've got to know what's going to drive you. And at the start of my career, my kids drove me. Then for a while in my business, my granddaughter drove me. And then when Lee's medical situation came up, my fear drove me, but drove me to work harder than I ever had. You've got to figure out when something happens. Don't just react. You need to say, this is happening in my life. Right now, this is happening in my life. How am I going to keep going slow and steady through this dilemma, through this thing that's happening? Why don't you take the TV programs and put those on the back burner? That's what DVR is for. Instead of putting your business on the back burner. Have you ever once been able to say to yourself, I've never worked harder than I did campaigns 1 through 26 of 2016? Have you ever been able to, righteously say it? Righteously say, yeah. Because if you did, the fruit of your labor is going to show itself. You may not be exactly where you want it to be, but you should be able to say you're closer than you were when you started. And if you can't, you're lying to me. And I don't like liars, let's be clear. You're lying. That's what it comes down to. There is nobody that can put that kind of work into their business, into anything, and not be better than you were. After 26 campaigns, 12 freaking months of doing your business the way you should. Now, that also means what's done is done. You cannot go back. Own it. Know what you've done. Know what you haven't done. Own it. And then figure out what you're going to do now. And how you're going to do it differently. How you're not going to melt into that puddle on the floor. How you know that in 2017, we all hope nothing happens in our lives. But life says something's probably going to happen. You are going to be tested. And I want you to hear me in your head. Let me be your conscience. And before you melt on the floor, before you take that pan of Avon and put it on the back burner, before you decide, this is it, it's not meant for me, it's a sign, I just quit. Before you do that, listen to me say, you did that in 2016. How are you going to be different in 2017? this is the moment you stand up and you choose that onward, no matter what. You will be slow and steady. You will not give up on your financial independence that you want so badly. And you are going to make a commitment that it's going to be hard working through this child's problem, working through the fact that your hours were cut, working on the fact that you may have to go get another job like I did when I had to go back to Target, told you that story, that you may have to go get something to supplement your income because you got bills to pay, and what Avon is bringing in, you know it will get there, but it is not there yet. You are going to go do it, and you're going to figure out how, while you're doing that, how you can work your Avon into what you've had to do to make sure that you can get on with life and still go slow and steady to the success, the financial freedom, the different life that you want, getting away from all these jobs eventually, showing those people who said you never would, getting those customers that you thought you'd never have, rising to President's Club, rising to Rose Circle, rising to ambassador, rising to executive leader, rising to the depths and the heights of places that you have never been before through all the crap. Because when you can wade through the crap and you can get to the other side, you have done something different. Not just in Avon, but in your life. Think about before you had Molly Stone bib in your head. Think about before you started watching my videos. Think about before you were in the Onward group and you were watching my live streams and you were reading my posts and how you would just react to stuff, and now you go, oh God, I can hear Molly in my head, and right now I just don't want to say what would Molly do. I want to tell Molly to shut up, but I know what she's going to tell me I need to do. I need to get my fat ass up right now, and I need to work my business, and I need to do it slow and steady. That's what I'm saying to you. That's what I'm saying to you. I mean, come on. Have you guys been watching Robin Smith? Robin Smith's son Logan was in a severe accident in his truck. And the boy was left with some paralysis. Young man, I should say, not boy. She's a district sales manager for this company. And she loves the Avon representative dearly. And everybody that I know has been praying for Logan and his miracle. Hashtag walk for Logan. Hashtag Robin, you stronger than you think. I am watching her now, even through all the work that he's having to put in to try to get himself stronger to where he wants to be and make progress through physical therapy. I am watching her keep everybody updated, but I am watching her still out there back to helping the representatives, doing what she needs to do in her districts. I gotta tell you something. That takes some real stones right there. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't got kids, you don't have a clue. Let me be clear, because most mothers would be on the ground hugging themselves. Robin's a great Christian woman, and she has great faith in her Lord and Savior. And I'm sure that's what's getting her through this. I just have to wonder. I haven't gone through anything half that bad this year. I have no excuse. How about you? Do you seriously have an excuse because your back hurts? Do you seriously have an excuse because you had an argument with your boyfriend this morning, or your kid told you to shut up and you are devastated? Well, you should have taken care of that before he left the house. Just saying. But really, Molly, you don't understand this happened. Now, you know what? I may not understand. But I've been through a whole lot of life, and I've lost a whole lot of people, and I've lost a whole lot of relationships, even though I didn't want to. And there were many times I thought crawling up into a ball right now would be really, really nice. But that's not going to do any good. Not for the people involved. Not for me. And I'm better than that. You're better than that, people. If you don't keep saying it to yourself, you're never going to believe it. Every time you want to take a wrong move, every time you want to stop, every time you just want to sit there and dog paddle, you need to say, I am better than this. I am freaking better than this. That's what you need to say to yourself, because until you start saying that to yourself, until you decide that you are worth being slow and steady, always, because of the financial independence that you want for you and your family, and that Avon is the path that you have chosen. And yes, you might have to hold other jobs and other things and work harder than you ever had. I did too. It doesn't make you a bad person because you have another job. It makes you a smart person because you want to get your bills paid and you want to make sure you keep a roof over your head. Let's be clear. You are not a loser because you are doing everything you have to do to be where you need to be. But if what you really want is a successful Avon business, setting that down before you set something else down that is not as important. You should be looking for ways to say, how can I work this into everything? Not, let me just put it aside for now. I shake my head every time I see somebody come on our Onward group and say, guys, I'm sorry, I'm just going to be quitting the business. This just isn't for me. I'm so discouraged. I'm so down. In 4 campaigns, nothing's happened. And then I watch 180 of you try to talk this person into not quitting. And what you haven't realized is that person never even got started. Not everybody's cut out for this. Let me be clear. And my Onward group is not for people who don't know what they want. There are a lot of groups out there who are. And y'all can be nice and squishy and warm and fuzzy and tell them everything's going to be all right no matter what. And the world is full of lollipops and watermelon and everything's sweet and pumpkin pie and all of that stuff. But reality is, I can't do that with you all. I can't do that with new people. I have to be here to prepare you. Because if you haven't been through anything bad in life or anything bad in business, let me tell you something. Hold on to your hat. Hold on to your pants. Hold on to everything. Better pull those big girly patty panties up, because you're going to say, poor me. And I'm going to say, it's not all about you, Cupcake. What you going to do to get through this? I'm sorry you feel bad. I'm sorry this is happening to you. But what is it that you want? And look, if you don't want it, that doesn't make you a bad person. If you don't want what I'm talking about, you're not a bad person. But don't come into my group and telling me that this is what you want, but you're not willing to do what it takes. You come into my group because you want everybody to feel sorry for you. That's not what my group's for. There is nothing that makes me prouder than to have somebody say, guys, look, just think about me today. Pray for me today. My family's going through this. I'm going through this. But I want you to know I'm going to be okay. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to be better for this. Somehow or other, my business is going to be better for this. I haven't figured it out yet, but I'm not a quitter. I'm not giving up. That is what I like to see. Sometimes you got to grow into that. I only know that because that's me. That's why I tell you about it, because it's me. I've been there. So, in the end, what I'm going to tell you is, you never saw in the heading for this call that it said, are you going to stop and go? It says, are you going to be fast and furious, or are you going to be slow and steady? You need to always be slow and steady. Always. You don't ever need to stop. Fast and furious, oh, you going to know when it's time for that. You going to know. You're going to feel it. You going to turn around, you just going to be running. You just going to take off. But then something's going to happen. You're going to notice yourself slowing down. And you're going to know you need to pace yourself again. And you're going to still build your business. And you're going to be steady. And you're not going to be stop and go. Because stop and go don't do nothing for you. It's like dog paddling in a circle. It don't do nothing for you. That is what I want to see in 2017. Make it work for you. Start it now. Don't wait till 2017. Do it right now. 25, 26, those who are putting in the one. Look, get yourself in the pattern of doing it now. It's never too soon to change bad actions. You could start right now. Right this very minute. Right this very minute. Get yourself out the puddle on the floor and do what you need to do. That's what you need to do. It's my hope for you. It's my wish for you. And you know I never keep preaching it. But in the end, guys, it's up to you. I can give you everything you need, but I can't make it work for you. Only you can make it work for you. So I hope this has helped you to know what you want, or to maybe leave here with food for thought and figure out what you do want. And what you're going to do to change, so that when we're here in campaign 24/25, 2017, you all are going to remember this call. And we're going to figure out how many people stayed slow and steady through it all. I don't even care about the fast and the furious, because look, that just comes. That's the easy stuff. That's when life is good. But I want to know how many are further than they were at this time, this year, from next year. How many are still with us, or how many are going to be gone, out of onward, gave up, just melted in the puddle. You know what I want for you. Only the best. I want to see you go from $30 checks to $100 checks, and from 100 to 300, and 300 to 700, 700 to 900, 900 to 1200, 1200 to 1500, 1500 to 2000, 2500 to $3,100. It takes time. Slow and steady. You can do it. I believe in you. There's a reason that our group is called Onward, No Matter What. Because I truly do believe in that. And I hope eventually you do too. So, don't forget, in 2 weeks, we have emotional time here. Sorry, it's the hormone thing. 2 weeks, we have JP with us, okay? Don't forget, he's going to be with us. It's going to be fun. I'll be putting it out for you so you won't forget. I want you guys...
Monday,
hey.
Monday, we'll be going to be live streaming from the boat.
Yes, I forgot. What's the name of that boat, Lee?
The big ass one.
The big ass boat. Oh my God. She's going to be live streaming from this huge, huge boat. So that's probably going to be her last call, if I'm not mistaken. You don't want to miss that. Be on there Monday morning, okay? She's hoping everything will go great, okay? And I'm sure Scola probably... No, Scola won't be, will she, Lee? Because it'll be Thanksgiving. Right? Scola won't be. I don't know what Scola's doing. I haven't talked to Scola yet, but we'll figure it out. But in the meantime, I know I'll see you on here, but we're all going to be real busy the next week, getting ready for Thanksgiving and cooking turkey and roast beefs and all that good food. And I want you guys to have a wonderful Thanksgiving with your families, and be thankful for everything that you have. We are so thankful for you, and the fact that you're still here, and you're still going and that you're still trying to learn and take new direction. So give your families a hug and a kiss, and realize that what you're doing every day, you're doing for them and you're doing to better yourself. And don't forget, amongst all of that, be very thankful to God, because you still here and breathing. That's all up to him, okay? So, and I believe he has a plan for each and every one of you. So I love you. And I know Lee has got an awesome song. So for those of you who are on the phone, be listening, because I think Rebecca Ludeman helped with this one. Lee?
Thank you, guys.